future. The innovative mindset thrives with
a quotient of knowledge and learning,
a splash of creativity,
and an awakening of emotional intelligence.
Here at Winn, we've been working with some inspiring businesses who've been setting us challenges.
And you might like to try them too.
Would you like to
generate and recognise ideas and alternatives,
think differently when problem solving,
inviting you to be open,
communicating with authenticity, and manifesting what you wish?
a world full of strong, positive innovators. So we're back for our next challenge, so I'm going to get straight into it, and I think we're hearing from Paul, and he's from Green Gorilla Apps, and we've worked with Paul through BetaDen and through Winn quite a bit, so it's going to be lovely to see what challenge he is setting us.
We love challenges at the Winn team, and there is a new one ahead of us, so let's take a closer look at it.
Hi Winn team. Here's the information about your latest and greatest challenge. So I'm Paul from Well Giving, and for the next week you're going to be participating in boosting your physical and mental health. So over the next week you're going to be doing as many activities, as many minutes of exercise is the key with this, and as many varied activities as you possibly can. We've got over 60 types of activities that you can do. And 2 weeks ago I asked you to start tracking your physical activity levels so that we could have a baseline for the start of this week. The World Health Organisation and Public Health England recommend that as an adult you should be doing at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. So we're going to see how you're getting on against that. And then what a challenge we'll bring to that. So we're going to look at how many minutes of exercise you do, the different types of exercises that you do, and also we'll be able to capture things like elevation and give a King of the Hill competition as well for good luck. So you can use Strava, you can use Fitbit, you can use your Apple Watch, or you can track it manually however you see fit. But the most important thing is for 1 week, you're going to be as competitive as you possibly can, do as many minutes as you can, and have fun. So best of luck with the challenge. I can't wait to meet you again in a few weeks and go through the results. Have a great time and enjoy it.
Paul, is it possible to be competitive and have fun at the same time? Perhaps it is.
Enjoy it. I'll try. I'm pretty rubbish when it comes to fitness. I don't do a huge amount. I walk my daughter to nursery when it's not raining, when I haven't got an early meeting. And I like a bit of yoga because it's gentle-ish. This will be interesting. I'm not very competitive either. Like, I'm quite competitive against myself, but not against other people. We shall see.
Fantastic. Well, thanks Paul for setting the challenge. We did start tracking our exercise levels, so I guessed it had something to do with exercise, but anything that I think will help us get out and about, and particularly coming out of lockdowns, it was quite easy to, as we had to stay indoors, so yeah, anything that will help get us out. And I know that we're going to be raising money for charity as well, and that's for a fantastic local charity called Worcestershire Parents and Carers Community, and the charity supports young people and their carers, so their families, their parents, whoever it might be that cares for them, and they do that across Worcestershire, so some really fantastic work that they do there. So here we go. Yeah, let's get the challenge underway.
Brilliant. So watch the briefing. Challenge for fitness. Great. Every Monday I said I'm going to do more fitness, so I actually have no excuse this week. So let's give it a whirl. Different things to do, be interesting. I think just doing something for me is going to be a big difference. So really looking forward to having a go. So interested to see how the rest of the team do, and see who's the most competitive, I reckon.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to get this going. It's given me sort of a bit of a motivation to actually get out and do some exercise, because otherwise I'm very much like, nah, just I'll watch telly instead. So yeah, super excited, cannot wait to start. Here are our diary entries.
Snowy.
This is how Anna puts us all to shame, let's face it. and it is skipping away like an absolute pro boxer.
I wish I was this bit.
It gets faster.
Look at this. And she crosses her arms while she's skipping. This is amazing.
I struggle to get out of bed in the morning,
Yeah.
let alone do this.
It's impressive.
That is very impressive.
And then serene yoga with amazing positions. I mean, yeah.
It's great.
Wow. Yeah, that's just amazing.
Really jealous.
Everybody can do
Want
it.
to be able to do that.
I can't.
Oh, and then cut to me looking like I've walked 4,000 miles when actually I've probably got about 35 steps.
Say you probably have walked 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
Even the dog's looking at me going, are we going for a walk today? Because
Come on, Jess, let's go,
It's
Coco.
like you've escaped from your care home. You're a little bit lost.
do you know what? I see the future.
So is this the one where you got lost?
Very probably.
Okay.
Very probably. Oh, but
That's
look, now
beautiful.
I
But it was
did
for-
make it to the top. But it's not the top that I thought I was at. So at the top of the Malverns here, beautiful views, absolutely worth checking out.
Really
But
atmospheric.
I thought I was on a different. Did I say mountain? Felt like a mountain. Just climbing it.
They are only like a
Hill.
couple of feet off a mountain, aren't they, the Malverns?
There we
So
go.
They're quite
Is that what you
yes.
inputted into the app that you climbed a mountain?
Exactly. I was king of the hill in that challenge.
Oh.
better than putting nothing in, hey Simon.
Right.
How did you feel after, Jess?
It is beautiful. It's worth it when you're up there. But yeah, really, really
Just
good.
getting up there.
A bit
We're
of
really
panic
lucky to
to
have that
find your way
water.
home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
very
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm definitely lost at this point. I mean, in fact, I think I'm saying to camera I'm lost at this point, so I think there's footage of that bit there.
You never know, you might end up in Narnia.
Oh, yeah. Through the wardrobe.
Day 4 walk. Getting used to talking to yourself outside's hilarious. But yeah, just getting up, come straight out, with my dog. Still think about it and go, okay, I've got to get some motivation here. But actually, once you're out, it is lovely. So I can flip that around. No, can't show you. There you go. Let's do it instead. There we go. I'll keep it going. So another video outside talking to myself. Hopefully no one's going to walk past. But good excuse to take the dog out again. It's day 7, last day. Struggled to just get out this morning just because you can give yourself loads of barriers, but as you can see, I didn't bother with the makeup. That helps. Just get up, get out, and don't worry about it. But also I get endometriosis. So we just wanted to cut in at this point. We were doing some editing, a lot of people in the room, not sure what endometriosis was. It is something that people should be more aware of. We've got members of the team who do have it, and an awareness of it is something that's needed. Go and look it up, go and check it out. There's far too many women suffering with it, and a bit more awareness is definitely what's needed. And today is probably one of the worst days, and that's struggle to get out. Everybody says exercise is really good for it. I often tell my uterus that and hope it's going to listen, but that's sometimes not how it works. But did manage to get out, so hopefully that might help a little bit. The pain today as well, we'll see. So yeah, we've done a good week of walking. I really want to keep it up, doing something every day, because I don't do something every day. I think having a challenge where you're sponsors and raising money really helps. So yeah, let's hope that is something to continue. But yeah, a great week, and thanks ever so much, Paul.
So we are doing another challenge today, and I thought instead of driving there, I'm going to walk there, get some steps in and help with our fitness challenge. So this is my current view, which is just gorgeous. I love walking down here, I love walking down by the canal, especially on a sunny day. There were some baby ducks around here when I came down the other day, so I'm going to keep an eye out for them and for some cygnets.
Hey, so this is day 1 of the Well Giving exercise challenge. I have completed a walk this morning and I'm just doing my leg workout, but I've got to stop because I've got cramp in my calf. So day 1 completed. So on day 3 of the walk, and this is basically my field about 5 minutes from my house. I've been doing this every morning.
So we're a couple of days into our challenge. It's nice to see that we've been raising a few quid for Worcestershire parents and carers, which is lovely. So thank you to everyone who's sponsored us. That's really kind of you. The challenge has been going okay. It is quite nice to have something to give you the oomph to go out and do some exercise, which is really good. And I guess that's been really tricky. In lockdown, it was easy just to stay at home and do nothing. And so that sort of kick up the backside to get you out and do some exercise and get back into that routine has been really good. Quite lucky as well to have a dog who's curled up next to me. So she's always in need of a walk, so it's really been nice to sort of make sure we're doing that and going out and adding that to the tracker. It's been really straightforward to use actually, and tracking along the way has been absolutely fine. Really lucky here to have the canals nearby, and also the wire forest is not far away. We love walking around the forest there, so it's actually been really enjoyable. I must admit, I didn't think of all the scope of different exercises, and having a look through the app, there is absolutely tons on there. So I think in future, I'd like to try some of the different ones that are on there rather than just sticking to what I know. But that's for next time, and we're raising some money for charity, so I'm happy with that.
So here we are, end of the virtual challenge for the Winn team. It's been great to watch all the results coming over the week and see the activity going on, as well as the fundraising as well. So I thought we'd just do a quick analysis, have a quick conversation about what went well, what didn't go so well, highs and lows of a week of exercise. But yeah, no, first of all, thank you for taking part. I think I'll start and just go round, if that's okay. Like, was there a particular highlight for anybody, if anybody wants to chip in? Or I mean, Jess, your videos were fantastic. I got to see those yesterday, so that was brilliant. Do you want to talk a little bit about getting lost on the hills?
Oh, yeah. I knew it was inevitable, I think, because I know what my family would say. And I think what helped was the first day I was like, I'm just going to go for a little walk. Yeah. Because I don't normally do anything. I'm sort of the week before we did a bit of activity as well, didn't we? And I was conscious that what I probably do are probably a couple of walks a week. And that's, the norm. So I was like, right, I'll start off, quick walk. That ended up being an hour and a half of me getting lost and going the wrong way. So that worked out. I think the rest of the team thought then I was just being really competitive and just starting off, with a big run. But no, we did make it home, so that was good.
That's always good.
That was always good. And I picked up to learn the Strava app. I'd not used that before, so the fact that linked to it was really good. Yeah. And just getting used to how that was working. So I quite enjoyed that, because then you can see where you've been, and I could show people where I got lost. Yeah. So yes, that was really good. Didn't really like filming myself.
Yeah,
out in the
there is something unusual about. I mean, it's natural to some people, isn't it? But yeah, I've done things like this in the past, and you feel really awkward. And I've got lost as well, so I could completely empathise with you when you were like. I really like that you were substituting. You were like saying that typically you would have just driven there, and so it was like walk along the river and stuff. And I think that's the whole point of it, isn't it? It's to try and do things differently to a normal week.
Yeah, definitely. And no, it was very good. But for me, the big bit was doing it for raising money.
Yeah, I was really interested in that. Does that add a different dimension to it?
Massively for me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about the other guys.
Yeah, it made you feel like I need to do this. It's not just sort of a challenge type thing. I'm not a very competitive person. Okay. We'll find out later in some of the other challenges, but I find that I'm not that competitive. Yeah. So actually raising the funds and raising the money, that's more where I get my motivation from. Brilliant. To do it.
I mean, that is literally why I invented
There you go.
That's it, is to give that extra element to exercise, really.
I think that for me, it was a big part of the reason of going out and doing it. Yeah. So we were visiting a unwell member of the family, so exercise straight away is just, I can't be bothered, or I don't want to do it, and it would go straight out the door. But actually going, we're raising money, so I need to go out and do it. And I think for me, and Amy's going to discover this with her new puppy, having a dog, you've got to go out and you've got to walk, so that really helps as well. But definitely the charity side of things, and it's one me and Robin know quite well. it means an awful lot. So that was a big boost to get out.
And do you want to talk a little bit about the charity, about the course? Because that'd be really useful for everybody.
So myself and Robin are involved in Worcestershire Parents and Carers Community, and it's a charity that supports young people with additional needs and their carers and their families. So it's everything from getting the young people together, doing events, doing things that they wouldn't normally do or be able to do, but also the families as well, whether that's just bringing the carers together for coffee, yoga and fitness, safari parks, all of these types of things. And that's across Worcestershire as well. So they do some fantastic work.
Oh,
so
amazing.
It's, thank you to everyone who's
Yeah,
supported us.
It definitely means a lot to them. They're quite a small charity. There's only 2 of them who sort of run it, really.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worthwhile. And I think you're right, it's about that, doing it as a family, rather than it just being about the children or what have you. It's about everyone in that family.
It's one massive support network, which is fantastic.
Oh, amazing. That's so good to hear. That's brilliant. And there was obviously a lot of walking, but there was also some other activities I saw. So somebody doing yoga.
Yes, I think it was
impressive, very impressive.
Bit of silence, so motivation for this kind of like a harder elements of yoga, similar to my colleagues, was exactly raising money.
Yeah.
I've been doing yoga for a while, for a few years, so it's not very new to me. However, of course, I usually stay with easier workout. Also, I try to do a bit of skipping, bit of cardio.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Well, I thought I would be better, actually. I couldn't manage more than 7 minutes just to skip.
It's hard. It's not easy.
It was very hard.
I wondered if you were a boxer in a former life.
I think that's the thing I didn't take advantage of as much as is doing the different types of activity. I stuck to walking, I did a little bit of yoga, I tried to put some dance in there, which was just dance around the kitchen. But I think that's something, if I was to continue and keep going with this, I'd look to do different activities. And
I think there's about 60.
So it's based on there's a compendium of sporting activities. So we kind of use that, and we've been doing a lot in schools. And in schools, they'll do everything from skateboarding to ballet, and it's just brilliant. So it's so the whole thing is to be as inclusive as possible. So even if you were doing a distance challenge, we convert minutes into miles, and we still can contribute to a challenge like that. But with yours, it was the unlimited, so it's kind of do as much as you can. And really the biggest component of it's just minutes. So do as many minutes of exercise as you can. That's the goal of it, really.
I really like the idea, though, that you can convert, because not everybody likes walking or running.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fact you can do anything, and then that gets converted
so
towards
we did a challenge recently. It was a corporate, and it was to travel from one head office to another in the States. And the person who came second did it through yoga. So they converted to the most amount of miles, but it was all minutes. I think the lady was doing 5:30 a.m. every single day, and then an evening session. And so she was getting in 90 minutes of yoga a day.
I think it gave you, if you were to carry on, it gave you more ideas rather than, I'll go for another walk, I'll go for another walk.
Yeah.
Going through that list, just sort of I could do that. That sounds quite fun. Give that a go.
We went away for the weekend and so we went to Cambridge. I've never been there before. I was literally tracking every single walk around the city. We're doing a team challenge, so I was like, right, this all counts. It is walking.
Okay. Sorry.
Are your team constantly doing challenges together as well? Do you find that's a good thing?
We've only just started one, to be honest. We've been busy with everyone else's. It's a classic thing of you get everyone sorted first. But because it was the summer, we've had a few new team members join, so it's a really good actual team bonding thing. It's forms a part of the daily stand-up and a discussion about non-specific work related and stuff. So it's definitely helped with banter in the office.
Same with us, we like to banter. Sorry, Anna.
No, I would just, because on the list I saw all these activities and it was the rock climbing, I think.
It's
so
quite
I've got the slope in our garden and I thought I didn't do it at the end. It was raining. I thought I will just do a bit of, it's challenging, so do some weeding gardening and count it as a rock climb. I didn't do it.
But had it not been raining, you'd have been up there.
I would, because, I'm so competitive.
And rock climbing surprises me. It's on a lot of challenges. A lot of people do it. Only one or two, but across all the challenges. Yes. we've even had recently kayaking. Somebody did 34 miles of kayaking over the course of a challenge and stuff. So yeah, we see all sorts.
Variety of.
Yeah, somebody sent me a link to an Olympic video of, you know, did you see the rock climbing? Like spiders going up a wall, like getting up a height in like 8 seconds. It's like scary.
Thought you were going to say about the knitting. I was going to say I can get on board with that.
Well, we do have the capability to add custom workouts or whatever. So knitting could go in there for Tom Daly. Yeah. But yeah, we also added recently like meditation. So a few companies want to do the mindful stuff as well as the physical, and they get minutes for that as well. And yeah, so.
Well, the guys joked a little bit about us next doing the Win Olympics. So if we could get it hosting an Olympics for us.
You could have the specific activities.
Yeah, we
maybe
could.
do a pentathlon. There you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I think I'm ill that week.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, that's really good. Was there any challenges? Did you like have any difficulty finding times? Normally the biggest one. Like, you know, it all sounds great when you've got to the end and you've like, we've done all this activity, but like there must have been periods in the week where it was harder.
Yeah, I think for me it was physically challenging, as in like I barely do any exercise.
Okay.
So when I actually started doing it, my body was a bit like, what are you doing? What's happening right now?
It was put into shock.
Yeah, and I like had like a swollen knee, because I mean my knee swells up anyway.
Okay.
When I do anything intensive, so I like had a swollen knee, pains like all down my shin. I was like, yeah, no, this is going really well. But I kept going, you know, because I wanted to do it. And I think that's the great thing about it, is it is the motivation that you want to keep
That's
going.
fantastic, yeah.
So yeah, I got through a lot of deep freeze last week.
Could you, if you were to like repeat it, you could potentially find, you know, activities that are more like softer on your knee and stuff. Like I've got, like I might, well, I'm not going to get one, but like I'm too young apparently for a knee operation, but like cycling is a lot easier than running and walking and stuff. So, you know, substituting certain things where, yeah, like we have people who, we've got a hospice in Gloucester, Cheltenham, sorry, and a third of the people are like severely disabled. They're doing a challenge on specialist bikes, especially adapted, and they're cycling to Tokyo for the Paralympics. But yeah, it's just amazing. I never thought to get like that inclusive. It's brilliant. So yeah,
I think weather as well was one, because you just had, you know, a heat wave, and then now we've got pouring rain and on and off. But again, seeing that list of different things, and meditation, yoga, all those things you can do at home as well. So it's not just I've got to go out and do it. I can stay at home and do it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like my wife, she really enjoys Joe Wick's workouts. I know why she enjoys Joe Wick's workouts, but she enjoys them, and see that's like her go-to, is like that kind of home cardio. Whereas I've always preferred to like go out and about and stuff and do runs and that. So yeah, it's just trying to find your happy place, because finding the time and the motivation to do exercise for some people is hard enough, isn't it? So you've got to make it as enjoyable as possible.
The other good thing I found was the more people you talk about what you're doing, and I found this on a lot of the challenges, is you're going, oh, we're doing this week. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I'd love for our team to do that. Oh, I'd love for us to. And actually just having that, you know, awareness to tell others is a great thing, because it's such a great story to tell. You know, not only a bit of team building, you're going to waste some money. But I think a lot of people now are coming out from working from home, potentially starting to go out and do more things. I think it's a really good bridge to get people starting to do stuff that isn't so thrown straight in there. It's like, actually, I feel a little bit of ease. I'm going out a bit more. I'm doing more things. So I think it is a really good transition thing as well for mental health.
I mean,
people.
definitely as things are opening up, it definitely means you're accessible to more, like, you know, gyms. I mean, I know they've been on and off open, but when they are open, swimming and stuff just becomes a lot easier. But no, definitely. And I think like some of the companies we talk to, so we're working with like corporates down to like really small companies. Sort of the minimum sort of 10 at the moment is probably the smallest company we've done with employees. And then the same with charities, like micro up to like the biggest charities in the UK. But this, across all of that, there's like the ones where they're going back to office, but the hybrid models seems to be here to stay. And like, you know, the commutes now, the bed to the kitchen, and it's like just steps alone are just dropping off for a lot of people, and they've lost the walk to the train station and then at lunch to the coffee shop. And yeah, so we're definitely inactive, and like you say, as we start to come out of that, if you can give people a reason to just move a bit more. There's, you know, scientifically linked to mental health as well. So yeah, it's all in there, really.
I think it would have been really handy to have in lockdowns, because you know, you were allowed out for your one form of exercise. But again, it was easier just to go, no, I'll stay in. But to have that emphasis, raising money, taking on the team.
And the different activities. I think it definitely did open, because again, during lockdown, so I was shielding in the first lockdown, so I sort of would walk around the garden and I found it really, really hard. And yoga did come into play a little bit more then. And a couple of Joe Wicks's in the morning when he was doing his PE things. But yeah, thinking of different things you could do around the house and stuff would have been good. But it shocked me when watching the brief how many minutes you say the WHO say we should have.
With the data that I've seen so far, you've smashed that. So it's like 150 minutes a week, a UK adult. Well, it's both Public Health England and the World Health Organisation. So basically, as a minimum, they say for physical and mental health, you should be moving like 150 minutes a week. So it's one of the things we've put into our giving is to, monitor that as well, and to track how people are doing before and then during a challenge, and to see whether it has an impact on their levels just by introducing the challenge.
Because I like you say, from working from home and things like that, I don't know how I'd get all those minutes in.
Yeah.
So it was quite an eye-opener then, saying what you should be doing, what's recommended, and like you say, for mental health as well, because it definitely, we all said this, you sort of feel a bit like, I don't want to, then by the end of it you think,
Sometimes this push-up is needed, isn't it? When once you are pushed, you might stay with this routine as well, so you realise how much you benefit. It's nice, and even not maybe as often as during the challenge, obviously, but trying to repeat it, it's very beneficial. So
it's a good kickstart.
Yeah. And you always get like that little win, don't you, once you've completed it? You get that.
Yeah, it's nice feeling
I got a cup of tea, did it, nailed it.
But if you missed a day, the good thing from doing this all the way through is if you weren't going to do a day with exercise, have a plant-based day, so that you're not sat at home having biscuits and whatnot, but you're having lots of fruit and veg and whatnot, and so that helps balance it a little bit more.
Definitely. When we had the longer working day, but then you're like, well, I'm going to walk to the car park. So I'll make sure I put that. It's got to be longer than 3 minutes, but there we go. So every
we
little
have to
helps.
put that barrier in. Stop Jesters of the World.
We walked in a circle for a bit just to get to 3 minutes, and then
keep moving. I really like about the app also like the team thing, because it's fun to compare even our entries, isn't it? So it's to see how our colleagues are doing, and yes, if they are having fun, etc. Exchanging this information. It's element of fun, but also gives us more, like to me, more motivation as well. Not because I'm competitive.
Well, let's face it, you are very competitive. However, I believe Amy won this challenge.
She did. Yeah.
Really well done. And like you say, it just shows how you can overcome that. I wouldn't normally do that, but I can go and do this. And
yeah, I think that's the best thing about this, is that there isn't an expected level of fitness you need to be at.
Yeah, no, completely.
To be able to do it, because I've done loads of different fitness videos, YouTube workouts, and all of them, you need that sort of level of fitness before you even start to sort of get any benefit. Where with this, it's just whatever you can do. If you can only walk. If you can only do yoga. There's no expectation.
I guess the fact you can track it, you sort of go, I've walked this far today, I can go a bit further tomorrow, I can go a bit further if I can.
And
a bit more.
And that's what I was doing, because at the start of the week I think I was doing like 1.7 miles. By the end I was doing like 2 miles at morning, and it was literally just walking around where I live, around the village, and that was it. And it was just just go a little bit further. I mean, I nearly fell over the one day in the field when it rained, and there's a video of me going, look, it's rain, but it's really dry. And then as I got to the bottom I was like, this was a mistake.
Commitment though, I love that. No, it's been brilliant. I think we've all really enjoyed it.
Very positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And really want to keep it up. That's the thing.
No, definitely. I'm just glad that you're all smiling at the end of the week.
No
That's all you can ask
injuries.
for, is that you have fun, and then you, like you say, it's well-being and it's charity. Yes. So that's the two biggest kind of motivations for me. So yeah, no, that's brilliant. Well, thank you for your time, and yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you want your team to be a winner like me, I mean a team winner.
For team building, for getting more exercise, just getting out there, it's perfect.
To do your own challenge and to raise money for charity, visit the website wellgiving.co.uk.
So now that you've listened to the podcasts, we want you to get involved. Head over to the innovation platform where you can find out all the behind the scenes of the podcast episodes, as well as all the other episodes. I know. You can get involved in all the challenges, and don't forget to let us know how you got on. I want to see who can beat Anna's a Rubik's Cube time. And finally, you can also get involved and see all the amazing businesses that we feature within these podcasts. So what are you waiting for? Stop listening to me. Get on the innovation platform. Address below. Okay, so I'm just going to cut in. This is future Amy. Realising this is a podcast and you guys can't actually see the web address for the platform. So that's my bad. Sorry, guys. So to find all your podcast extras, behind the scenes, areas where you guys can also be involved in our podcast journey, head over to win-hub.wazuku.com. That's win-hub.wazuku, which is spelled WAZOKU.com. Look forward to seeing you all there, trying out the podcast challenges.
This production has been brought to you by DT Studios Visual Marketing. Directed by Terry Livesey, producers Jess Antley, Terry Livesey, Douglas Anderson. Presenters Jess Antley, Amy Bromwich, Simon DeGarris, Anna Makowska-Vines, Robin Rooney. Supported by the European Region Development Fund, HM Government, Midland Engine.